Hello Internet, and welcome to my live reaction for Eden Zero, Chapter 94. When we last left our heroes, Amira joined the team to help them beat up Drakken. Homura ran into the real Lobelia at the dance club. Then Drakken interrupted the team's meeting and started his fight with Shiki, and they ended up at the same place where Drakken killed Shiki in World 29. And that's where we left off. So let's jump right on into Chapter 94, Shiki versus Drakken. We got another character profile, this time with Sister Ivory. Her powers are her healing ether, heal atomizer. She likes torture. She dislikes things that can't be healed. Attack 2 stars, defense 3, marksmanship 3, ether power 4, intelligence 2, healing 5. She may be a scary lady with a foul mouth, but she's also a healer model android who fixes everyone's wounds and injuries. She's one of the Demon King's 4 shining stars, and is always, according to her, showing affection to Mr. Moscow. Her phone's lock screen is a picture of Miss Rebecca. Alright, basically, yeah, you know who Sister is. Anyway, we open with the rest of the crew, sans Shiki, who is currently fighting Drakken. Hurry, we gotta go after Shiki. Yeah! And Amira, stops them. Wait, let's just let him keep Drakken busy. We need to get to that life support device. And Pino looks up to her. But then Master could... and Amira looks at her. He's tough, isn't he? And Happy kind of is still worried. Yeah, but that doesn't mean he can... What is with you people? Can't you trust your own crewmates? And Moscow gives her a thumbs up. You're starting to weigh on my nerves. But Amira kind of lets that slide as she grins. We're going to need all of us to beat Drakken. He's after Rebecca, so we need to keep her, far away from him, right? And we'll need Wise and Pino to tinker with the device. And she turns to Sabir. You're going to take us there, right? And Happy will be Rebecca's bodyguard. And Moscow jumps up and down. What role do I get to play? And Amira looks at him. I guess you just go around saying Moskoy or whatever to liven the place up. And Moscow, you're really starting to weigh on my nerves. I'm never saying Moskoy again. Whatever, let's go. This way, follow me. And Rebecca asks to the heavens, I guess. Shiki, please be okay. Moskoy. Yeah, Moscow did not keep up that promise for long, did he? Speaking of Shiki and Drakken are still staring each other down, wind blowing, their, coats blowing badassly in the wind. The two of them just stare each other down. And Shiki lunges for Drakken, and Drakken just lifts his hand. We see his ether gear is activated. And it's turned into what looks like metal, and he just slams Greed. Greed. Shiki. I was about to comment how his arm is like Greed from Fullmetal Alchemist's carbon hardening ability. Ow! His hand changed to iron? And Drakken slugs Shiki again and gets sent flying again. And Shiki hits the wall, jumps up to I'm not quite sure if that's a ceiling or just pipes that are in the air. But either way, Shiki's up there. And he it looks like he breaks off a piece of the wall, and then he gathers it in his palm with his gravity attack, and sends it shooting towards Drakken. But Drakken just lifts his hand and seems to deflect it all. I didn't know a gravity ether gear could do that. Could do what? Shift the gravity of the rock? That seems like the basic thing gravity ether gear can do. But anyway, Shiki has cratered the ceiling now. Ultimate Magimech attack! Gravity Comet! I think this is the same move he used to beat Kurenai, if I'm not mistaken. But he goes for Drakken, and Drakken just catches his fist. He blocked it! And we see Drakken just kind of smiles as his ether gear activates. My ether gear changes the properties of matter. I can even take the rubble you just threw at me and change it into explosives, and the rubble blows up. Shiki is sent blown back. Drakken touches the floor, and the ether lines shoot towards Shiki. The floor too, of course. Ignition floor. And yet the floor, as it approaches Shiki, starts to explode. Shiki jumps up onto the ceiling. Oh, right. You can fly. And Shiki looks at him. No, I fell onto the ceiling. But Drakken sends the ether lines out towards the ceiling. Starts covering all over the room. Thunderwall. And Shiki is struck by lightning. Gwah! And he falls to the ground. Fell onto the ceiling? Oh, you're definitely going to fall. All the way to hell. And then we check back in with Homura, who I was not really expecting to see this chapter. And she's changed clothes. I had forgotten I was using an app to change my garments. Oh, she just fucking uses the app to change clothes. That makes sense. And she turns back to the very revealing dancer girl outfits. I was dangerously close to changing into one of those indecent costumes. But I think I may like to try one. And Labilia looks over at her. What are you talking to yourself about? Creepy. And how long do I have to stay here? I do not know the answer to that, but our ship is in the plaza. I have contacted them and asked them to shelter you. Who are you, anyway? A friend of Rebecca's. She came here to save you. And Labilia kind of blushes at that. Just, what's that about? Why would Rebecca... Wait, where are you going? Homura takes a couple of steps. To meet up with my companions. For I wield my sword in defense of my friends. Yep, Homura is joining the fight. I guess Homura is not quite as, married to the ship as the rest of the Starshines are, given that she is human and not an android. Which I'm guessing is why she's gonna go, join the fight. Well, I imagine the other three aren't. And then we check back in on Sylph, who is passed out on the stage. I lost. Drakken is going to absorb me. Right, we never actually dealt with that. Brother, emotion detected. Fatal error. Emotion suppression protocol failure. Help me, brother. Also, we have not really dealt with Jinn this arc. He's still somewhere. We see another alleyway, this time with keep out signs. And this is where the rest of the crew is gone. Team Rebecca is. With the huge life support machine Drakken's got set up. And Wise just asks, so this is the life support device, eh? He used this to live as long as he has? And Amira turns back to them. That's not all. There's a secret behind this device that you'll never believe. Speaking of Jinn, here's the wind. Wind? But where is it coming from? Moskoi! The wind is all around them. Wah, this wind! Ouch! It cuts like knives! And through the wind, Wise sees Jinn's silhouette. I am Jinn, assistant to Kleene of the Element 4. I will eliminate all who trespass here. Jinn? Rebecca, of course, recognizes Jinn. I don't think he was dressed like that last time. Oh, right, I don't think she saw Jinn on the Belial Gore last time. She's only seen him, I think she, briefly saw him on the Belial Gore, but when he activated his overdrive form, he took, his robes off, if I recall correctly. Moscow, though, has much better memories with Jinn, as you may recall. Mr. Jinn, it's massively good to see you again. Moscow? Mr. Jinn, we don't have to wrestle against each other. In fact, the person you've been looking for is... and Jinn uses his, this kind of thing to send Moscow flying, cuts him up. Moscow? Friend of sister's imposter. You make me ill. No, you're making a hefty mistake. And he almost goes to push the button, but I'm not pushing it. Just listen, okay? This is Wise going back to Jinn. Forget about Moscow for now. You're starting to weigh on my nerves. And that's how the chapter ends, it looks like. Unless there's another page of the chapter we're missing. That doesn't look like it. It just kind of ends with, you're not listening. So yeah, there's, of course, two parts of this chapter, as there tend to be. Let's focus on Team Rebecca first, as they find, it's basically just, they decide to go find the life support device, and then they encounter Jinn, who, as we learn, still thinks that his sister was the real one and not the imposter, as he says when he says Brenda's sister's imposter. Then we also get a little bit with Homura and Lobelia, something going on with Kleene. Like the emotion suppression device says fatal error, so we'll see what's going on with. We still don't really know what Drakken is going to absorb me means, so I imagine we'll get more info on that at a later date. But really, the crux of the chapter is, of course, the opening blows of Shiki versus Drakken. And earlier I was like kind of curious. Last chapter I was skeptical this would be their final battle. I really do think it is. Mashima has used his A versus B chapter title, which he never reuses, and he always uses at least once during a fight. So this is the Shiki versus Drakken fight. And also, you know, with the rest of the group going for the life support device, it really is settling in everyone's roles in the final stretch of the Belial Gore arc. So yeah, we get a little bit of the fight. It's not going great for Shiki. He just got struck by lightning. But yeah, we'll kind of have to wait and see for how the fight turns out. My guess is Homura is going to join Shiki and his fight with Drakken, and not the fight with Jinn. For one thing, she just dealt with a wind user, and it's kind of boring for Homura to deal with another wind user, especially when we know that she can kind of already deal with them. Also, I think that Shiki needs more help here than Wise and Rebecca and Amira against Jinn. I think Shiki's kind of in the worst spot. But we'll have to find out more about that next time, because I'm leaving this video off here. Hope you all enjoyed the chapter and the video itself. If you did, feel free to drop me a like or subscribe, you know. Do whatever makes you happy, you know. And remember, your life is your own, okay? Bye!